So the context for this video is that the feminist on the left is arguing against the hijab, right, because she believes it's oppressive to women, and then you literally have a Muslim woman on the right saying that I don't feel like it's oppressive. This is something that I want to do because it's part of my faith. So let's react.
Well, let's ask Sahar. Sahar, are you being forced to do this?
Definitely not, Piers, because for me it's an act of worship. It's an act of devotion of God to God. And my parents, my mom doesn't wear it, my sister doesn't wear it.
Is there instructions in the Quran that you should wear a full face veil?
That's the thing. Like I find it a little bit patronising if someone who doesn't share my faith tell me what I should believe or not. The truth is, the word niqab, the face veil, the word hijab, even the headscarf, is not mentioned in the Quran. There are different words mentioned in that context, which is the garment, and the garment has different interpretations, and that's why you see Muslim women expressing their faith differently.
Before we go into that, right, it's funny because, you know, I don't mean this to be offensive to any white people, but the truth is there's nothing like, no one gets offended like a white woman or like these white Karens. It's like they are telling you what they want to do and you're telling them. Like, does she seem unhappy? Does she see, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to convince her to have a problem with it. And there's this sense of, it's not even a race thing, because I know there's not a lot of people, white people that do this, but it is a culture thing in the white community where there's this level of white entitlement from what I see, where it's like you have to interfere in another person's culture and faith. Is crazy.
One of the feminist issues is that this only applies to women, and it is about covering up because your beauty might provide a distraction or a provocation to men.
That is not true. It's not about showing or not showing my beauty. It's about submission to God.
I wouldn't want my daughter to cover up, OK? But I completely respect this woman's right to do this. Particularly, I mean, you're a very bright woman. You're a molecular geneticist, right? I mean, you're very, very smart, intelligent, thinking for yourself woman. No man's told you to do this. You have decided you want to do that. Surely the feminist ideal, which I keep being told about, is women should be allowed and free to dress and behave how they choose. But you don't want this woman, Sahar, to choose her right.
And this is the thing. The feminist movement is not what you think it is. It's, hey, be what we want you to be, otherwise you're a heretic. And that's the same thing we've always seen throughout human history. If you don't be what the dominant ideology is at the time, you're just considered on the side, like, no, you're demonized and so on. If women say it's all about choice, why does that not extend to other cultures and religions such as Islam? Why is that the case? Why is it the case that she can't choose to do that? If she wants to cover it, why is it she has to be exposed? If, you know, considering that's not what she wants to do, isn't that going off of the principle that they say they're for?
I respect Sahar's decision to do it, but I just don't think there is a feminist argument in condoning in our society.
Again, I ask you, the embodiment of feminism, I keep being told...
No, it's not. You're making a definition of feminism.
Every feminist I've ever met says to me, men stay out of this, women are entitled to wear what they like. That is the embodiment of modern feminism.
I think the whole problem with this is that men aren't staying out of this because you see families in which men are on the beach.
No man has told Sahar to wear this.
It's not about men. The notion of white feminists saving the women of colour from their own culture and faith, and it's very difficult to accept in a multicultural liberal society that we live in. You know, everyone has the right to express their faith and their identity the way they want, regardless their faith or background or sexual orientation. This is the society we live in.
And this is how it's supposed to be in the West, right? And maybe I used the word white before, but maybe we could just switch it and say Western, because there's this idea that, you know, the Western mindset, you have to think how we want you to think, otherwise otherwise no. You know, but it's crazy because she's choosing, but you're telling her that she has a problem with it when it's literally religion. And then in the Western culture, which is obviously where I live, I'm a part of, the craziness and chaos of that movement is allowed to happen. So there's chaos and degeneracy and all of these things in the dominant social ideology of the West, and then you see there's more stability and so on in that, but you're like, no, you have to come join the degeneracy.
Have a right to do that.
If a Muslim woman is being ordered by the men in her family,
I'm against that.
to wear that, you would be opposed to that.
Absolutely.
You see, that to me,
Absolutely.
it's a separate argument, isn't it? If you're being ordered against your wishes to do this, then I think it's completely
I will
wrong.
be the first
if you're
person to
expressing
be
your own
against
freedom as a woman to wear this, as you clearly are, and you've not been, you said women in your own family are different. I think that's acceptable.
But they don't care, because they just want you to be exactly how they want you to be. That's it. You don't actually have the free. It's funny, we say equality, we say that, but there's so many ways where there's not equality. We say freedom, but there's so many ways where you're not free. You are just, it's the guise of freedom, but you have to follow the role that they're setting up for you, or you can't be a part of this multicultural environment. You know, it's crazy. But anyway, I want to know what you think. So comment down below, let Reemus know, you know, give an alternative perspective. I don't mind that. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.